holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy.
Yep.
Good morning, CSL Parker.
Good morning.
It's so nice to see all your bright and shiny faces out there this morning. And if you're here visiting with us for the first time, we want you to know that you're also a part of the family just by being here. And we welcome you. We'd like to get to know a little bit more about you, and if you'd like, back on the hospitality table, there are some visitor cards where you can give us a little information about yourself. If you'd like, you can be on our weekly mailing lists to know what's going on in the organization. So please join us today. And how about our wonderful musicians this morning? Harry on bass, John on drums, Alan on acoustic guitar.
Well,
Your electric one today?
Electric.
Sorry about that. Cody is our sound engineer today, and we've got Hans on the camera.
Yeah.
And we're happy to welcome back today Sydney Erickson on vocals and keyboard. She's the band leader for Unity of Denver and the music coordinator at Unity Columbine. And we are going to be very blessed today with her music. So you will look around our congregation and you'll see people with white stoles on. Those are our prayer practitioners. I like to call them our prayer warriors because they uphold our church in prayer constantly. And they also uphold you if you submit a prayer request or you have something to celebrate or something you need guidance on. They're happy to go off after service and spend a little time praying with you. In fact, they love it. They consider it a great honor to be able to pray for each one of us. Look at our beautiful altar today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you, Janice DeBaca, for that. Also, Don't forget that after service today, we are having the first Parker Drumming Circle.
Yeah.
So please stay. I know there are some extra drums that have floated in, and because I have one, and we'll have a great time. Also, just a reminder to those of you who enjoy our hospitality food tables that we are still looking for people to help, to sign up for 1 week a month to bring something. And that way we can expand our hospitality fellowship from our monthly potluck to a weekly offering. Also, I know many of you know that Dr. Vern has been sick, and he's back in the hospital at Sky Ridge. His children are all here right now, so they have asked while they're here that we respect their time with their dad. And so right now we are not doing visitors, but Liz will be leaving on a trip on Monday, so please contact either Jeanette or Pam to arrange visitation if you would like to go see him. Today our guest speaker is Russell Dennis. Russell's a licensed religion science practitioner and at New Dawn in Aurora. He speaks and writes on topics that include spirituality, personal development, leadership, business strategy, capital for business growth, effective management, and funding for nonprofits. So I know that we're all going to be blessed with the return of Russell today. Also, I have some very good news for our class schedule. We have an upcoming class called Discovering the Living Word that will be taught by Hans and Dr. Vern. This class is an exploration of what it means for our chosen spiritual qualities, our 4 pillars: truth, love, peace, and joy, to exist within the divine presence rather than apart from it. Each student from the BBB class, Believing, Becoming, Being, has chosen one of the 4 pillars, and those words are now becoming the living expression within them. In other words, they're not simply virtues we attempt to practice. They're reflections, expressions of truth, love, peace, and joy. Something that's already standing in the presence of the infinite that we work to get closer to. This is the essence of becoming this class. It's going to be held Wednesday, April 1st, Thursday, April 2nd, and Saturday, April 4th. It'll be held at Dr. Vern's home on Wednesday, the Parker Task Force on Thursday, and Dr. Vern's home on Saturday. The investment is $125 or 50% off for those who have never taken a class at CSL Parker. It will be in the e-blast next week, and the sign-up link will also be there. And I'd like to turn the service over to our practitioner today, Sharon Jones.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's go ahead and take a moment to do our invocation. As we take a breath this morning, let's just breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in our spirituality. Breathe in our love and joy. Breathe out any stress, any negativity. Just get rid of it. Let it fall by the wayside. Love is all we need. Isn't that what we hear all the time? But it's so, so true. So as we come together this morning, we know that we are part of the one who has formed and bred us all. We are all part of that one. So we are all children of God. We are all brothers and sisters. Every one of us in this room and every one of us outside of this room. So in keeping with that, we have to keep that love alive for everyone, even those that we do not agree with. Keep that love alive, keep those prayers alive, keep it going, because that positive energy is so important. And we also send out prayers for our dear, dear Dr. Vern, knowing that he is getting better and better, and he will be with us for the class in April, and we are so excited for that. We also send out prayers to anyone who is ill or in the hospital or not doing well mentally. There are so many people who are having difficulties at this time. So please send your prayers out to all of them and keep them coming. Very important. So we are grateful and thankful for everyone here today, for our music, for our volunteers, for our ushers, for our practitioners, for everyone who makes this happen each and every Sunday. We are so very blessed with so beautiful people. So for this and so much more, we say together, and so it is. Okay, we are going to get our little cards out today and say this together. We have a new minister on the way, and we know that it is coming forth very soon, within the next few months probably. So let's say this together. We, the beloved community of CSL Parker, call forth through the divine field the minister who is perfectly aligned with our soul's next evolution. We celebrate our presence as a high vibration community, heart-guided, love-expressing, alive in sacred service, and inclusive of all ages, races, and lifestyles. Standing as a lighthouse for humanity, we release all ego, resistance, fear, and urgency. In trust, gratitude, and unity, we affirm that the one presence is already weaving the path that brings our minister to us now. And so it is.
I am light, I am light.
so blessed to be able to come together in the knowledge that there's one perfect life. That life is God. That life moves in, around, through each and every one of us as us. And we're grateful for the opportunity to come together to celebrate our oneness with this light, our oneness with this one perfect mind that moves through each and every one of us in individualized expression with the whole of it, not part of it, available to us at all times. We know that this oneness is perfect. We are perfect, whole, and complete in form and substance, and we get to celebrate that. And what we know here today is that each and every ingredient in our makeup is made from the God stuff that is perfect in every way. And we come to celebrate that. We come to embrace it. We come to look at it together. I give thanks for every beautiful expression of the divine in this space and within the sound of my voice here in the city of Parker, state of Colorado, the United States of America, planet Earth, and in the universe everywhere where God's presence is expressed individually. And I release these words into that law that knows how to mold, make, shape, and create all the good there is everywhere, all the time. I let this go, I let it be, and together we affirm, and so it is.
I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am
Wow. It sounds really good when they pray. That sounded a little bit better than my own voice did here a minute ago. Thank you so much. You know, prayer just unfolds in so many different ways. It's just absolutely remarkable. My God, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful crowd. God, there seems to be a lot of you. You know, I've been here a few times over the last few months. It feels a little bit like there's more you here today than there were last. I bet Sharon started a rumor I was going to tell the truth this time. That could be it. Today we want to talk about shadows and light. There's no place where God is not. There's no place where Spirit is not. Spirit permeates the entirety of our being. Yet there seem to be moments where these minor irritations come out of nowhere, where we find people in our lives that we see to be disagreeable. We find some part of ourselves a little bit lacking. And we don't want to examine these things. You know, we call in good things for ourselves, just in our spiritual practices and in our prayer. Yet sometimes we look around, we look at our lives, and there just seems to be a little bit of something that's off. There's a little bit of something that's missing. There's a little bit of something that we'd kind of rather not people take notice of or see or mention. These are what we call our shadows. So this is what I call our shadows. And in order for shadows to be visible, there has to be some light somewhere, I would say. Darkness will never overpower light. Light is everywhere. Darkness is merely the absence of light. So, you know, in mentioning this class, I was a part of that last one that Hans and Dr. Vern put on. And this is a continuation of this journey. I highly recommend it because I was able to sit down and think some things through as a result of going through this class and looking at some aspects of my life and looking at some things a little bit differently. In particular, I think about a situation where we had a member who was coming to New Dawn, and I got an email from this lady, and she said, "Please take me off your mailing list. I'm unable to attend. Thank you." And that was the extent of it. So me being curious, I just thought, okay, this is not good. What have we done or not done that needs to be looked at? So, you know, basically the long and short of it was that she felt that she was under attack for her points of view about certain things. And I thought, oh my God, othering. This is the one thing that Centers for Spiritual Living talks about eradicating, othering. She did not feel safe, and I took that personally as a personal failure to make sure that there's a safe environment for her there, that no matter what, each and every one of us is an expression of the divine. So I went and had coffee this morning with some other people with this in mind, and this gentleman said he was quite disturbed by a lot of what he was seeing that's taking place in the public. And he mentioned some names. He named names. And my response to that was that there are people here who demonstrate how not to go about doing things. Just stop and put yourself in this person's shoes. Imagine the amount of pain, fear, othering, how much there is in this person's world in terms of accolades, money, power. None of these things from the outside are enough. And I've been praying for this person, because they're in that much pain that they can't see the light within them. They are looking for the light to come from somewhere else to make them whole. And there's just not enough on the planet to make this person whole. There's not enough. This is all an inside job. So I started thinking about it. What are some of the things in my life that aren't just so? Some of the things that keep popping up? Are there some things that keep manifesting themselves in my being? So what's underneath my conscious? What's in the subconscious? This is where the shadow lives. These are these places within that I don't want to examine, that don't make me look good. Because, hey, doesn't matter how much pain I'm in as long as I look good, right? And a lot of people on the planet are falling apart. We have these moments where we're falling all apart because we have forgotten our divinity at this point in time. We've forgotten that we are made of pure God substance, perfect, whole, and complete. Every aspect of it. So what about these things that aren't flattering that we try to kind of keep in the background somewhere? Yeah. I've experienced cancer twice, and I didn't treat my cancer like I treat my shadow. Ooh, there's a tumor on the back of my arm. We don't let anybody see that. We'll hide that tumor way back on the back of my arm. Maybe I can get away with a little malignancy today. These things don't clear themselves up. We have to face what is present. These things are not things to be rid of, to fight with. Every bit of our makeup comes from that one divine life, that one source. They serve a purpose. So my shortcomings, or my character quirks or defects, whatever you want to call them, are here to teach me something. They're here to teach me something. The first one being judgment. I have to really watch out for that. Convert judgment into discernment. There's a huge difference between judgment and discernment. I have to be aware of that. The shadows, the things that I'm not willing to look at, are still there. So what is it that I do? The remedy is our practice that we learn here. How about next time you sit down to meditate, just be a good host to whatever shows up? Because there are those mornings when you get out of bed and it's just that little bit of agitation. Maybe you're thinking about something you saw on the news. Maybe you had a difficult conversation with your spouse the day before who's being stubborn about something. Maybe you don't like the weather. Maybe you just don't know why you're feeling a little blue. Could it be some leftover grief that you've been kind of shoving to the side? Could you be missing somebody who was very close to you that left? And it doesn't matter if they left 3 minutes ago or 3 years ago. When grief comes calling, it brings some of its friends with it. Some other difficult and uncomfortable emotions come along with that. But I can promise you that if you push those away, they're just going to keep trying to come back. But when we stop and recognize our magnificence and allow these things to pass through and ask the question, what is it that this needs from me? What do these difficult emotions need from me? What is this part of myself that I'm trying to conceal telling me it needs? So maybe my go-to strategy to deal with these negative emotions in the past, it may have been, let's find something to distract myself. Let's procrastinate. Let's have a drink. Let's have a cup of wine. Let's have a Snickers bar. Let's just jump in the car and go driving off somewhere. And we don't need to look at that. We don't want to, nothing to see here. Let's keep it in your sneaker. These things persist. And a lot of times, because the law is flawless, it takes the direct impress of our thoughts And maybe there's some things that just keep cropping up. It reminds me of a story that I heard years ago where there was a congregation in the church, and the minister gave a message, and he did the same message every week for about 6 or 7 weeks. And the deacons were getting a little bit out of shape. They're saying, okay, this is getting a little repetitive. This is tiresome. Why are you giving the same sermon week after week after week? We've heard this 7, 8 times in a row. We're a little bit tired of it. Why are you doing it? And he says, well, actually, it's quite simple. I'm going to keep giving the same talk till you guys start applying this stuff. Our shadows are kind of like that. They're not going to go away. We've got this light, and we keep moving around, and there's that shadow. We can't escape from it. Everywhere I go, there it is. Right there. It's following me. It comes at different angles, but it's still there, and it's not going anywhere. So there's a level of acceptance I need to build around that, with that understanding that that shadow's always going to be there. What's it trying to tell me? Well, it's telling me now that my audience can't see my face. You know, it will always tell us something. It will tell us where we can grow. It will tell us where we can expand. And here's the surprising thing. When we start sharing these shadows with one another, they're not going to flinch. They're not going to think less of us. They're not going to say, oh, I don't know, that's pretty bad. You might need to go somewhere else to get some help with that, because we don't do that here at CSL. You're not a good practitioner. You're not going to hear that here. What are these things trying to teach us? I've developed what I call failed life strategies. These things used to work in the past before I knew about this way of living, before I knew that, there was nothing wrong with me, before I knew that I wasn't born defective and I've got to pull it together to have a chance to make purgatory. How about starting from the place that we are perfect, whole, complete in form and substance by divine design? Or as Roberta G. used to tell me when I was a youngin', she said, honey, God don't make no junk. So if I'm operating from a place where I think that every part that comes off the assembly line is defective, the quality control is bad, how am I going to look at the magnificence that is in front of me, the magnificence that is here? We can get honed in on that, everything that is wrong. You will find what you are looking for. These are the droids you are looking for. All of it, When you come to a place like this, and when I first stepped into the CSL facility for the first time, I thought, well, these people are nice, but, my first experience was Mile High, and I thought, oh, I've seen these mega churches on TV. Yeah, they don't like people like me around here. I was in for kind of a pleasant surprise. I was not open to the idea that people could be warm and loving and be part of a big mega church. And they're waiting to tell me what's wrong with me. And these shadows aren't about any type of failures or something being wrong. These are the parts of myself that I haven't said, I love you, come on home. You got a place here. What keeps turning up in your experience? Because my experience says that if I don't learn a lesson from it, I'm going to experience the lesson again. So what is it that I need to welcome home? What piece of myself am I seeing as a shortcoming? What piece of myself am I focusing in on and ignoring all of the glory, all of the beauty, all of the perfection? Because this is what happens, I could have one blemish. I could be in a swimsuit and I got one blemish on the knee, And, everything's in perfect order, but I'm so obsessed with that blemish on the knee that I deprive myself for the beach party with all my friends. Can't go, they'll see that blemish. What are they gonna think? Oh my God, what will they think? But when I came to this community, and I walked into some other very similar spaces, and what I noticed is that people that have an enlightened sense of who they are, who are open to embracing themselves just like they are. When they look at you, they don't see you as broken. They start looking for these little spaces of light. And it doesn't matter if you're pointing out all of your flaws to them ahead of time just so you don't have to hear it from them. They'll kind of look at you and they'll say, okay, that might be valid, that might be true. But, you're perfect, whole, and complete in form and substance. That's the way we roll around here. We don't start with flaws. We are perfect, whole, and complete. So what we want to do is go in there and uncover that and recover from this false sense of self that tells us that we're less than. Then we start to discover that magnificence and those magnificent gifts that we have. And then I'll go back to this Prego spaghetti sauce. Some of you are too young to remember Prego spaghetti sauce. It was one of the first sauces in a jar like ragu that they used to sell because, when I was growing up, everything was made from scratch. And this particular commercial had an Italian mother who was there. Her son comes home with a jar of this Prego. It's like, this is not homemade. This is spaghetti sauce. And she's asking him about all of the ingredients. Well, it doesn't have oregano. What about the oregano? What about? And she rattled off all these ingredients, and he said, Ma, it's already in there already. And this is magnificence. There's no need for you to wait or to clear up any kind of blemish in your personality and your being that needs to be adjusted before you can embrace this perfection. You embrace that perfection right here and right now. There's no delay. There's no delay in our good. Our shadows are just all of these things. We're not embracing all of ourselves, all of the magnificence that we are. We are divinely human, and in this humanity, this divine humanity, we get the opportunity to practice and recognize this magnificence. Now, there's a reason they call this stuff practice. I'm not going to be struck saintly here and wake up one morning with absolutely no flaws. I'm going to wake up with all of those things that I need to have as a part of my makeup to practice, to work with, to bring me closer to the divine idea that God had in his mind. We're working with spiritual prototypes. Everything starts as an idea, a divine idea in the mind. Everything, as we look around this room, everything was an idea in somebody's mind. When you step into the mirror, God had an idea for something beautiful. And he said, I'm going to build Sharon today. I'm going to build Sharon. And then he thought, I'm on a roll. Let's build Harry and John. Let's get Terry. Let's come up with Marvin and Janice and Sissy and Victoria. I know. I'm going to make a guy called Hans. I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to give that guy a pen, and he's going to write stuff down. And you're going to read that stuff, and you're going to say, tell me more. And he's going to tell you what has come up for him in practice, what the divine has revealed to him and put down on paper with a pen. And he said, oh, this is good stuff. Now, he could have done he had two choices. He could have said, oh, this sounds good. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to hang on to it. I might share it with my wife if she behaves like I want her to. But then he said, I'm going to share it with my wife. And she looked at that and said, you got to put this in a book. And then he made the mistake of sharing it with Dr. Vern. That's it. There's no way you're gonna keep this, you know. We can't keep all of this magnificence within. We've got so much good within each and every one of us that we have to give it away. It's just too much. We can't keep it all to ourselves. And what happens when we put this good out into the world, there's a ripple effect. And trust me, there's nothing that's too small. There's no deed that's too small for us to take on. And the beauty of it is the more that you put into this, the more that you take out. You just seem to keep getting all of this love, all of these blessings, all of these turns of circumstances. Because our energy within, what we're putting out into the universe, as I said, you know, this divine law takes the direct impulse of our thoughts and our feelings. And when one of us starts to shift in a beautiful direction, all of us start to shift. All of the people practicing this way of life and science of mind are creating ripples. No act is too small. Nothing is too small. And when we raise our consciousness, the consciousness of the whole world is elevated. It's just that important. It matters just that much. And we're being divinely human, so we're not always inspired at every moment of every day. But we stick together. We pick up the phone. We walk up to one of these beautiful light beings in the stole and say, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. There's something that's heavy. There's something I've been carrying around, maybe for a day, maybe for years. But it is the job of these wonderful light beings. It's their honor, it is their desire to work with you, to create a movement, an internal movement, an internal shift. And this is where the thing happens. This is where the juice is made. It's that internal shift. No outer circumstances are going to connect us with the magnificence inside. It's an inside job. We live in this way of life from the inside out so that people have this magnificence and they want to join us. And we are very careful because there's a piece, as I was relating in that early story, about how we see things and we want to call them out. And we end up, without intending to do it, othering people we love and care about. That, my friends, is a hard truth. I like to think I'm a very spiritual person, but I'm divinely human too, and I can make mistakes. And people back away. And the last thing that I want is for somebody to back away from the way of life that is taught here in the Centers for Spiritual Living, Church of Religious Science. That is not the ideal that Ernest Holmes had for us. Now I know better. I don't know if this person will ever come back. But I pray this person's on my prayer list. Not on the email list anymore, but it's still on the prayer list. And I hold that space because we've got this really wonderful human concept called forgiveness. Nothing to do with God. God doesn't do forgiveness because God never holds anything against us in the first place. Strictly human thing. Here it is. You guys take it, have fun with it, make good use of it. Because it's something that can help you return to your own magnificence. So I want to give you 3 invitations, you know, when these things, these shadows that all of us have. The first invitation is to be the observer. Let's just welcome it. Think of the moment when you come home, and I know not everybody's a dog owner, but some of you are dog owners. So you go off, you go to work, you go out, run errands. Even if you're only gone for an hour, you come back home and there the dog is. tail just a wagging. Where you been? Dadgummit, it's good to see you. It's been forever, and you've only been gone an hour. And they greet you like you're there for the first time, and they welcome you home. I'm inviting you to welcome whatever shows up home. These pieces of yourself that maybe you're not so enamored with, that you're not flattered with, that you'd rather not, well, let's keep that back here. Invite that back home without judgment. Just look at it. Be that observer. Don't get lost in the emotions, the stories we tell ourselves. Be that observer. The second thing is to get curious. What is this piece of me trying to protect? What was it trying to protect? It was a strategy that used to work. It no longer works. What is it that is telling me that I need? Once we identify that, then it's time to go call one of the prayer warriors, as they've been nicknamed. And I mean, there's no fight. There's nothing but love in these three here. And in the women I've met here, and in the folks that I've met here, the folks that are wearing these stoles, in my experience since I've been here, there's nothing but love coming from these folks. And they are here, they hold that space, they hold that vision. They understand that the remedy to the darkness within is to shine a light on it. And what's their secret weapon? Affirmative prayer. This is that prayer that anchors that connection to that one ultimate source that knows that any and everything we request is possible, that what we need is already understood long before we've spoken to it. This is that power that moves immediately without delay to bring us into touch with that good that's already here. Affirmative prayer. It changes everything. This is part of the practice. After we've had that prayer, we go off and we move in the direction. What can I do now to let that part of me be present? What can I do to make things a little bit better? What can I do for my friends who might be struggling with that shadow? Is it going to go away? Maybe not. These things are our teachers. What can they teach us that'll help us show up better, to help us show up more in the way that we were intended to by this source that put us together in the first place? What's possible? Any and everything, because we've got an unlimited source of power, the back of all things. We've got that mind. Every bit of that mind, every bit of it is available to us. So our work is to make ourselves open to that good, to embrace those shadows, to understand that that light is always present, everywhere, all the time. All we have to do is acknowledge it. A lot has to do with the company you keep. So take a look around the room, look at the folks near you and around you. This is the kind of company that I keep. This is the kind of company that will help you embrace these shadows. This is the kind of company that's going to remind you who you are in those moments when you're feeling a little bit less there. Because as Roberta said, God don't make no junk. Please join me in prayer. I give thanks for this power, this unlimited source of being that flows in, around, through me, as me, in the knowledge that every part of my being is perfect, whole, and complete in form and substance. I know that this power wants absolutely nothing but the best for me and everyone around me, everyone here in this universe. And that there is this power for good in the universe, and that we can use it. And we use it for the betterment of ourselves, for the betterment of everyone around us. And we do this with joy and gladness, knowing that there is no limits to all that we can give, because we are plugged into an unlimited supply of good. We give thanks for each and every person that we come in contact with. We give thanks for all that we see in this world, no matter what it looks like, because we understand at the back of all things that there is a perfect life that has made each and every person, each and every circumstance, and that we have that ability to use that power to bring more good into the world every minute of every day. We are not limited by circumstances, only by the conscious connection to this unlimited power that we choose to call God. We give thanks for it. We give thanks for every magnificent expression of the divine in our lives, wherever they are, and release these words into that law that knows how to mold, make, and shape and create all the good there is everywhere, all the time. We let this go, we let it be, and together we affirm, and so it is. This is the point in the service where we get to express gratitude for all the gifts that we've been given, for the magnificent lives that we have here. And we know that we can outgive God, and we're so blessed. And as I take this, place it over my heart, there's an affirmation that we do at New Dawn. And it says, joyously I give this gift, knowing the presence of God blesses and multiplies all I am, all I have, all I give, and all I receive. And so it is. And we know that these funds are going to help this center continue to be a beacon of light in the Parker community. And the good works that you're doing here are radiating out. And that minister that you have is going to be here real soon. That'll be a little sad for me because I won't get to stand in front of you and talk. But I will be happy to come and share with that minister what I know about some of you. There we are. And it's all good, all of it.
Out of the dark, too far, never too far, never too broken. Hey, hey, kick the door wide open when you call me out of the dark, out of the dark, out of the dark, out of the dark, and into the light. Yeah, we're in the light. Hey, into the light, into the light, hey, into the light. Hey, hey, yeah, into the light. Hey, 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 we're called out the dark, hey, and into the light, into the light, hey, hey,
All right, so as you look at this message, you can forward it to this point and start your day by listening to that. That'll remind you to step into the light. Wonderful stuff. We give thanks for the magnificence and the generosity that is spilled forth from this community to create a world that works for everyone, one person at a time here in this Parker community. We know that the love and light that these wonderful light beings have shared will make a positive difference in the world. And we are grateful that all of these folks are here, that all of these blessings are here for us to share. And we know that we've tapped into an unlimited source that will allow us to continue to give. We give thanks for that and release these words in the divine law, where they're already done at the intersection of right here, right now. We let this go, we let it be, and so it is. And so thank you for giving me this opportunity to be a love and service to you. And we'll close with a prayer. We give thanks, O great Spirit, for the magnificence that we were all created in, knowing that we are all that God is, individualized in expression, and that we are here to make a world that works for everyone. We give thanks for all of the magnificent gifts that empower us to do that, for the skills, for all of the people we get to take this journey with, and for all those we get to serve. And we release these words into that law that is so wonderful, that takes the impress of our thoughts, and we send nothing but love out into the universe, knowing that this is made manifest everywhere all the time. I give thanks. I release these into the law, into the divine, and we seal this together by saying, and so it is.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world.
We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy.